everyone, we're on a road trip now and we just stopped at a gas station to refuel, so I jumped out so I can quickly record a powerful message from this week's Parsha. So I observed a very interesting sequence of events that happened this week, next week, and the week after in the Parshios. This week we talk about Mechipazon, which is the word that's used to describe the Jewish people when they left Mitzrayim. Mechipazon, they had to leave this second, immediately, right now. The next week we talk about Kriyas Yamsuf, where we know that Nachshon had to jump into the water that second in order to create the splitting of the sea and the liberation of the Jewish people across it. And then the week after that is Matan Torah, and we know the famous words, Na'aseh v'nishma. We had to accept the Torah by Na'aseh, first just doing it, v'nishma, and then we'll learn about it and understand it. So it's this pattern of jumping in and doing it immediately, right now. So what's the significance of this? Here's the thing, sometimes the mind creates a trap for us. And when we have to make a decision about doing something, we start overanalyzing and we make all the calculations and we start rationalizing, and then we have fears and we have excuses and we fall into analysis paralysis, where we end up not doing the thing that we need to do only because we're so afraid to do it, or we've come up with all these excuses for why we can't do it, only because we were overthinking it and overanalyzing it. And that is the trap of the mind. It's the trick that the mind plays. Mechipazon, they didn't have time to stop and think and calculate and the what ifs and the buts. No. This is the right thing to do. We got to just do it. Kriyas Yamsuf, they weren't able to start giving into their fears and letting their fears control them. No, this is what we need to do. Let's just do it. When it comes to receiving the Torah, the same thing. They couldn't allow their fears to overpower the truth that they knew inside. And it's so easy for us to fall into that trap of what if and excuses and rationalizations. You know what it means to rationalize? It is when you tell yourself rational lies, and so you start believing them. But that's what happens when we overthink. Our decision to accept the Torah without allowing fear to outweigh truth, without overthinking the ifs and or buts, actually led us to live this life that we're living of intention, of meaning, of purpose, and the ability to choose right over wrong, subsequently leading to a life of self-confidence, of self-trust, of happiness, of contentment, and of satisfaction. The idea is that when we have a decision to make in life, yes, we have to do our due diligence and think it through and make sure that this is the right decision. But once we know that this is the right thing to do, we have to just do it. Stop overanalyzing, because we're going to get into analysis paralysis and we're never going to be able to do the thing, because we're going to come up with so many excuses and rationalizations for why we can't do it. And our fears will begin to overpower the truth. Deep down, we all know the truth. We have to just get up and do it. Wishing you all the most beautiful Shabbos wherever you are.